Back with the Trophy Feed deer feeder. Now, everyone might love the new 3-in-1 design deer feeder from Trophy Feed. However, one of the most common questions that's getting asked is what about shipping, right? Fully assembled, this is coming in a very large box. It's very expensive to ship across the country. So what Trophy Feed has done is we've redesigned part of our product so that not only is it more durable and stable, but also it's gonna cut shipping basically in half, be able to save everyone a lot on shipping. And the way that Trophy Feed has done that is we've incorporated the brackets onto the actual gravity horns where the protein or the corn is going to sit when we're in the gravity mode. So that looks like here, as we can see the brackets, we've got our different holes for the bolts to hold it on there tight. So this is going to come unassembled. We're going to get our 4 horns, our center box with a motor and throw plate, and then the connecting flange or tube of your choice. So currently there are 2 options, a 4 3/8. So this would sit up on your drop down funnel from your barrel or hopper. And then of course we've got our connector bolts. They're gonna sit in our center box. And then we got wing nuts that come with it and tighten those on the center box. Now, if you have a flat bottom, drum, barrel, hopper, whatever it may be, that's where the OG flange comes in. So this OG flange would screw right into your hopper or barrel or drum. And of course, it's got the same 4 connector bolts for that center housing. Now, along with that is gonna be the MISC. We got some sheet metal screws that are gonna come with it if you get the OG flange. All the bolts to connect everything together. A bunch of wing nuts for tightening everything down. And then we're gonna get a couple spring pins in there as well. So now what it actually looks like to assemble these, right, is these horns are gonna slide right together and make our perfect little flush connection there. So we take these, slide in our bolt. Once that bolt slid in, we just take our wing nut, tighten that wing nut down. Just like that, we got our first connection. Pop over, do the same thing for the next one. We'll do the last one here. So now that we've got our main bolts all across the top, we can go in and put in our secondary bolts down at the bottom. Same thing, we're just gonna slide those bolts right into the grooves where they fit. Take our wing nuts, tighten those on. So now we are fully secure. We've got both our bolts and wing nuts all the way around, right? This thing's not going anywhere. So now from here, we can see the slide is activated, right? What's gonna hold that in place though, and what's gonna come with that is our spring pins. So we're gonna get a couple spring pins in our package here, and those spring pins are gonna go in the center bolt. Now, we only need this on 2 of the sides because we'll see our spring pin locks are on 2 of the corners from our box. So I come in here, put in my little nut, tighten down that spring pin. Hand tight's probably fine, but typically we'll take a little wrench and we'll tighten that just a little bit more. So I've got my spring pin on one corner. I'm gonna put my next spring pin in the other corner. We'll see that spring pin nut is going to pop in to that cut out hole there. If I can get my fingers in. Then we take our next spring pin, thread it in so. All right, so now we've got both our spring pins in. We'll see there on the locking sides. I can pull my spring pins out. It's gonna lock into place up. So this would be in gravity mode there. And then I spring pin out, slide it down, and now we're in our broadcast mode. So it's as simple as that to assemble.